Hey there, this is Matt at State of Flux here with a review for Cobra Kai Season 3, the midpoint of Karate Kid's spin-off series. Cobra Kai has been kind of a letdown. I'm not gonna lie, I think Season 3 is easily the weakest of the first three seasons. I liked Season 1, and I thought it was buoyed by an incredible final episode. Season 2, I think, is consistently great up until its last episode. And I don't know what happened, but they decided to take the unbelievable school fight from the end of Season 2 and string that along for the entirety of Season 3, where the kids' storylines, sans McGill. McGill has the best storyline of the bunch. But the kids' storyline throughout Season 3 is pretty effing atrocious. Like, whenever it came on, my wife and I were just like, ugh, the angst. But yeah, were it not for the rich adult storytelling with the adult characters, and maybe this speaks more to my age than anything else, a sad true fact that I have to face, that was the only thing keeping me invested. That and the fact that William Zabka is just fantastic at playing Johnny Lawrence. He is by far the best character on this show. He plays him so well, he's written so well, there's a lot of nuance going in there where he's a decent guy trying to outgrow his indecent ways. And that is pretty fascinating. His relationship with McGill, which I thought was lacking a little bit in Season 2, is back in full force this season, which I really appreciated because as I say, that was missing in Season 2, and one of the things that was holding Season 2 back, in my opinion. That's one of the only things that really, really works with Season 3. All the stuff with Daniel LaRusso is pretty solid, especially when he goes to Japan and they have a soft sequel to Karate Kid 2. It sort of strengthens some of my feelings that I had about the second Karate Kid movie, both for positive and for negative, but the utilization and teaching that Miyagi tried to impart onto Daniel, and how he imparts that onto his daughter, and how he continues to learn from Mr. Miyagi through these other characters, is one of the better aspects of it. I also like that his wife has a little more to do this season. She kind of steps up, and I really enjoy her character. She is fantastic. Kreese is an arch-villain, and yeah, like, he has some interesting things going on, but he's just an arch-villain to be an arch-villain. They give him a little bit of nuance, and hopefully they expand on that and make him more of a real person and not a cartoon character, as they've done so well with Johnny Lawrence. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. The last couple of episodes really do take a step up in quality, and I think a lot of that has to do with the arrival of Allie. A return of Elizabeth Shue to the role that she originated in the first Karate Kid movie. And I love her interactions with Johnny and their relationship. They have so much chemistry, which we never got to see in that first Karate Kid movie. Seen present here, and I get it now. Like, I never understood why she was with him outside of he was a stunningly pretty boy. So I got that, but he was just such a dick in that original one. Seeing how they interact in this, you get that relationship. It's done well. And then seeing her with Daniel again is just sweet, and it's nice. And I like how she was used in this story in those last two episodes. The last episode is kind of hit or miss because it again ends with this big massive fight, and it's just like, oh god, we got this at the end of the second season, and it was the worst thing. It almost tanked my feelings about that season. We get that repeated here, however, we get switching alliances. I love Hawk, he's a good character, and now it looks like he's joined the heroes' side. So we'll see more of him, and I'm curious to see where that story goes. But that whole thing just didn't work for me. The big fight in the house, like, how have the cops not been called on any of this stuff? Like, that was my... I didn't believe that none of those kids would have been expelled at the end of Season 2, and I was right, none of them did. I don't believe that, like, all of those kids would have been arrested for breaking and entering into a person's house by throwing a child through a window. Jason Voorhees style is pretty badass, but and the action is really well staged, in all fairness. But my God, I hated that. However, the second half of the episode has everything that's been building with Kreese come to a head as Johnny and Kreese finally face off, and how Daniel is brought into the fold, and then their kids, McGill and Samantha, and not Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Why can't I think of his character's name? Oh no. But yeah, Johnny Lawrence's son. Gabe? No, I can't remember. We'll get back to that. We'll talk about him in season 3, I'm sure, or season 4. But it comes together well, and I think those last 2 episodes really moved mountains to try and make season 3 work for me at all. As of now, I think it's the weakest season, and it's pretty mid, if I'm being honest. But the stuff with the adults, like, goes hard, and I really appreciate it. The stuff with the kids is insufferable, and I'm not on board. Which is weird, because I got into this show under the promise that I would love all the kid stuff because it feels very Degrassi The Next Generation. And for season 1, yeah, it kind of did. But season 2, it started drifting away from that, and certainly by season 3, I don't feel like this is Degrassi. This is less than Degrassi, if you will. So, I keep saying the same points over and over again. Don't like the kids' storylines so much. They're all good actors, but it's just really tiredly written. I do like the stuff with the adults, and I'm moving into an interesting direction with season 4, so hopefully it gets better. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and let me know what you thought of this season in the comment area down below. Peace.